The Ordovician Period, life's big expansion and a deadly end. After the Cambrian explosion, life on Earth didn't just survive, it thrived. The Ordovician Period, spanning from 485 to 443 million years ago, was a time of great expansion in marine life. But it also ended with one of Earth's most devastating mass extinctions. So what happened? Life thrives in the Ordovician. During the Ordovician, the world's oceans were teeming with new and diverse species. Coral reefs grew larger than ever before, while mollusks, arthropods, and echinoderms flourished. One of the most successful groups? The trilobites, ancient relatives of modern-day horseshoe crabs that scuttled along the seafloor in vast numbers. But not all creatures were prey. The top predators of the time were orthocones, massive straight-shelled relatives of today's squids and octopuses. Some species reached lengths of over 6 meters, 20 feet, making them some of the largest hunters of the era. But were the first steps on land. While the oceans were full of life, land was still mostly empty. But that was about to change. The first signs of life on land appeared in the form of tiny moss-like plants and possibly some of the earliest fungi. These organisms helped break down rocks, creating the first thin layers of soil, an important step toward the future colonization of land by more complex plants and animals. Map the climate and geography of the Ordovician. During this time, Earth's continents looked very different. The supercontinent Gondwana was drifting toward the South Pole, and much of it was underwater. Warm, shallow seas covered large parts of the planet, providing ideal conditions for marine life to flourish. However, these shifting landmasses would eventually set the stage for a climate disaster. The end Ordovician mass extinction. Then around 443 million years ago, disaster struck. The end Ordovician mass extinction, one of the 5 largest extinctions in Earth's history, wiped out nearly 85% of marine species. But what caused it? The leading theory is that massive volcanic activity led to a drop in carbon dioxide levels, triggering a sudden global cooling. As ice sheets formed over Gondwana, sea levels plummeted, destroying many shallow marine habitats. Species that depended on warm waters and stable ocean conditions couldn't survive the rapid changes. But the crisis didn't end there. After the initial ice age, a second wave of extinctions occurred as melting glaciers flooded the oceans with nutrient-rich waters, causing massive algal blooms and oxygen depletion, further suffocating marine life. Aftermath and the rise of new life. Despite the devastation, life found a way. The survivors of the Ordovician extinction paved the way for the next era, the Silurian period, when fish began to dominate the seas and the first real ecosystems formed on land. Many of the animals that survived, like early jawless fish and some trilobites, would go on to evolve into new, more complex species. Without this extinction event reshaping life, evolution might have taken a very different path. Looking back at the Ordovician was a time of incredible growth, but also a harsh reminder that life on Earth is constantly changing. What will the future hold for our planet? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Earth's ancient past, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos on prehistoric life.